But let me continue with my guest here, Young. She is from the AIDC Budget Justice Coalition, and we were in discussion about what her expectations are. Chloe, thank you so much for remaining with me. So one of the questions I wanted to ask you is that government always says they spend about 61% on the social wage, which covers areas like education, health, and so on, and of course our social grant system. But you've always critiqued that the allocation of funds is not as sound as you'd like. Just give us your comments on that.
Yes, no problem. I think that what sometimes gets hidden is that even though 61% is social wage, the size of the total pie has been shrinking over time. So that means that the 61% in rand terms gets smaller as well. And you know, we see things like overcrowding in hospitals, schools, long waiting times, overworked staff, and we really are seeing unemployed doctors at the same time. So we have the skills and we're not employing them. And so we think that the spending on these things really does need to increase, and that the current spending is insufficient to maintain high quality public services.
Yes, indeed. Now, thank you so much for staying with us, and so sorry for the disjointedness. But wanted to ask you a very crucial question. President Ramaphosa did speak about the social relief of distress grant at SONA, talking about how there's an intention to maybe redesign it. If you were to have a whisper in his ear, what would you propose is the best way? But of course, bearing in mind that we do have financial fiscal constraints.
We think that the thing that's needed in this country is a basic income grant. We have 17 million households that suffer from hunger. They don't have enough food. We have people with skills who don't have the money to do job seeking sufficiently. We really have businesses who struggle with demand. They don't have consumers who have money to buy their products. We need to stimulate the economy by having a basic income grant so that people can eat sufficiently, pay for their travel costs to seek work, pay for travel costs to school, and stimulate demand in that way. So we think that the SRD should be transformed into a basic income grant at a higher level, at a more livable level, that really provides sufficient money for someone to get by day to day and pay for essential services.
All right, Chloe, thank you so much for your time. That was Chloe Van Viljoen. She is from the AIDC Budget Justice Coalition, basically saying that in actual fact, if there's more support for lower income households through transformed SRD, which is a basic income grant, it can actually serve to stimulate the economy, because those people will have more money to buy in the economy and be productive, looking for jobs and so on and so forth, and maybe that can translate in people getting a job. But you know, it's a very tricky one. We have to wait and see what the finance minister has to say. He may not necessarily speak to the redesign of the SRD in this budget, given that the announcement was only made 2 weeks ago, but it does seem like a positive move in the right direction. With that, it's back to you in studio, Ayanda.
All right, Nompumelelo Siziba and the rest of the SABC News team, thanks very much indeed. Nompu's live to us from Cape Town. But let's continue the discussion from our Joburg studios now. As fiscal pressures persist, markets, households and businesses are looking for clear, practical interpretation of what's to be expected when Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana presents his budget. Analysts say the approach is designed to hold the line and avoid unpleasant tax surprises while navigating ongoing economic challenges and political sensitivities in what is expected to be an election year.